What are you most excited for players to experience with Escape Dead Island?
Well, Escape Dead Island's a really unique title, so we're looking forward to players, mostly Dead Island fans, to experience this game because this is a single-player driven experience within the Dead Island universe. So players that are looking to expand that universe and find out really what's going on in the narrative of the game, what's going on, and get a deeper dive into that universe, this is really going to be the game for them.
What kind of style of play can gamers expect out of this?
Escape Dead Island's unique in the sense that we're calling it a genre that doesn't really exist. We're calling it survival mystery. It's survival because it's not like traditional Dead Island games. The combat's a little bit more stealth-based. You have to take a more tactical approach. In mystery, because the way that the story folds out, we're calling it these unique story loops. So you're kind of going insane as the character is, and probably the player going through it too, because you're trying to figure out what's going on in this game, and you're uncovering these truths about this universe as the player in the game is uncovering the truths as well.
Why did you decide to change the art style in the game?
Since Escape Dead Island is story-driven and story-focused, we wanted an art style that would really reflect that, and so we picked this comic book cel-shaded art style, and that's really come into play for everything that we've created around Escape Dead Island to really drive home this story-driven, focused experience within Dead Island universe. So we have this comic art style that's prevalent in the game. We've stripped away all the HUD, so when you play the game, it looks like a moving comic book. We even added these onomatopoeia sound effects when you're killing a zombie. It almost looks like the old Adam West Batman or Scott Pilgrim. So you have those sound effects on screen. There's cutscenes between missions that are animated comic panels. So everything from beginning to end in the game feels like it fits into this comic style universe.
What does the game focus on?
The game really focuses on uncovering the mysteries in the universe. So there are a lot of unanswered questions in Dead Island that haven't been answered in the first and Riptide, or even in Dead Island 2. So we've looked at Escape Dead Island as really bridging the gap between those previous games and Dead Island 2 and answering a lot of the questions, like where did the zombie virus come from, why it was created. This is the game that's going to answer all those questions for players.
What else is different in this game compared to Dead Island 1 and upcoming Dead Island 2?
Well, more so than anything, this is a single-player experience. All the other games in Dead Island have been multiplayer social experiences, but we've heard an outcrying of fans that want to know more about the story, want to know more about the universe, and frankly, it's just really hard to tell a story in a multiplayer experience. When you're playing with your friends, you tend to just mash X when you get to a cutscene and skip over all the important facts that have to do with text. So people don't want to hear that. We created this game to expand that and deliver a single-player experience that we've heard a clamoring for.
What do you think makes this unique from other Dead Island games?
It's really how we're telling the story. And not only that, but where it's located in the art style. There's a lot of things that frankly make it unique. I hate the phrase very unique because unique means one of a kind in itself. But since it's a single-player experience, since we have this unique art style, since the way we're telling these stories is the stories through these unique story loops, it's almost like Memento meets Groundhog Day. The way that these story loops work, that you're reliving these moments throughout your experience on this island, but you change one element of it, and then it affects the world around you, and then you go back and things are altered, but no one around you knows that they're altered except for you. So it's really something that you have to play to experience, and it's amazing.